So today we are doing some maintenance on the Mercury Rise IntruBuster Generation 2. I had just pulled out the bolt and valve assembly, and what they believe they call the piston assembly. And I wanted to replace, the other day I had a leak, I believe it was this 011. It was a very soft, it was the original from this MCS, Rear ASA. They come with these red O-rings. Here's your 021 and your 011. I believe this 011 was leaking on me, although I don't see anything physically wrong with it, but it is quite a bit softer than what I put in there. I put a 90 Booner O-ring in there, which was a 7mm by what was it? 7mm by 2mm is what I ended up putting in there. And it's a much harder material, stiffer. Matter of fact, I wrestled with it a lot to get it on the firing pin here. So, but I did replace that one, and I also replaced the 021. And we're going to test that out shortly here. After that, also while I'm in here, I figured I wanted to try this 50mm spring that I ordered. This is the stock spring, 60mm, and here's a shorter one that's actually a little bit stiffer as well. This one here measured out to 1.6mm, the thickness of the wire, and this one was 1.8mm thickness. So a little stiffer spring and a little shorter, about 10mm shorter. So I'm going to see if this will help give us any increase on the feet per second. So here's the factory one. We'll put that aside. If it doesn't, we'll probably just swap them back out. We'll see if we get any gains from it. Pros and cons on what we have with that. So I'm going to put it back together, and then we're going to go downstairs to where we shoot, and we are going to shoot a magazine of the 8-gram AR Tactical Jewels, and we'll see if we'll compare that to the factory spring and see if we have any gains at all, any noticeable gains. And I almost put it in there without the spring. And again, that is the shorter one. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to simply put that in. Give it a good push. It's a little snug. And let's see. Careful. Now with this one, you do not have to press the trigger. If you do, no harm, no foul. Force of habit for most of us. All right, just pushing good and firm, and these are kind of tough to get started once you get them started. But again, with this one, you don't have to pull the trigger, but it'll just spin in just fine. And I am not going to go crazy over tightening it. Just tighten it down by hand, snugly. Just give it a good snug until it's tight. I got the plug in this one here in the back of this ASA. So I know that's pretty tight given the fact that I can undo this plug without it spinning the whole thing. So that's what you're looking at there. And this is the MCS Rear ASA adapter. I also had the shorter expansion chamber with it as well, but I'm not using that currently. We're going to keep the plug in it for today because we're going to test it first with CO2. I want to see what we have under CO2 conditions to see if there's any change at all, any gain with the shorter spring. The shorter, slightly thicker wire size spring, and yeah, we'll see how we make out with that. All right, so we'll catch up with you in the shooting area here. All right, so we're back down here, and today we're going to be test firing the Mercury Rise IntruBuster Generation 2. I changed out the 021 in the back cap, and also the 011. I believe my 011 was intermittently leaking on that last video that I did. So today we will be test firing. I replaced them and with some little stiffer type of material, O-ring, 90 Buna. And if we don't have any leaks, any major leaks, then we'll continue. Also, while I had it apart, I ended up installing what I hope to turn out to be a tuning spring. I purchased a spring, a 50 millimeter long, 1.8 millimeter thick wire with a 22 outside diameter spring, but a shorter spring, a little stiffer spring. The factory spring measures out to 60 millimeters long, and 1.6 millimeter wire, and also same 22 inches, 22 millimeter OD spring. So hoping with the little shorter spring, it'll serve as a tuning spring for me, and hopefully we'll notice some gains in feet per second consistency. So we'll compare it to the factory spring, how it was performing with this rear ASA from MCS. And also we're going to be using the same ammunition, which is the 8-gram AR Tactical Jewels. The 8-gram, which actually weighed out to 8.28. So that's what we'll be using again here today, one magazine of that. And we'll see what we get, see what numbers we get, and we'll go from there. So we're going to go ahead and puncture it up and hope that we don't have any leaks. And with these, you do have to hit them pretty hard. So at least that's been my experience with this particular quick puncture. So let's see. I think I got a good puncture. That was a very fast bolt activation. And I think I fixed the leak. The leak that I was having the other video, I could hear it down the empty mag well. So I know it was coming out from, more than likely, from that 011. And it's whisper quiet now. So we're going to shoot these 8 grams and capture some feet per second and see what we get. All right. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 8-gram jewels. And these are actually the 0.685. Okay, that's what they measure out to be, 0.685. I got a video on the measuring it and weighing them in, so if you're interested on that, there's a video out there. I think I got it under Tech Talk playlist. All right, turn the laser on, and we're gonna shoot 6 of these and see what we get. Let's stand back to the 14-foot mark here. And again, this is with the shorter spring. What I'm hoping is going to be my version of the tuning spring. All right. Shot 1. 338 feet per second. And I know I forgot to put my earplugs in because my ears are ringing. So give me 1 second. I'm going to put this down over here, facing in a safe direction. And we're going to put these in really quick because this thing is so freaking loud. My ears are like wicked ringing. So we got 1 shot off anyways. All right, back at it. So next we'll be doing shot number 2. 8 gram. (340 feet per second). Shot 3. 350 feet per second. Shot number 4. 308 feet per second. Shot number 5, 322 feet per second. And the last one, shot number 6, 294 feet per second. All right. We're going to degas and check to see what we got for a puncture on here. And then the numbers will be in the video, and that'll be after replacing the O-rings with the better O-rings, and also adding the shorter 50 millimeter tuning spring, 1.8 millimeter thickness wire. And we'll see if we get any gains. We'll have to compare it to what we got from the stock spring. But it operated just fine, no problems, no leaks. It felt pretty strong, so let's take a look at this puncture, and then we'll end this video here. All right. Yeah, good solid puncture. So I guess as long as you got to hit that thing hard. So looks like a good puncture. Yeah, so numbers will be in the video, and thanks for watching. Peace out.